All right, we're moving right ahead here with Sony Pictures Classics, another film that is an extraordinary story. It's about so many things. It's about mortality. It is about friendship. It is about all kinds of interesting, mysterious things involving the way we communicate with each other, and a lot of things that will have you thinking when you see this film. And right now, you are about to be in the presence of true cinematic royalty. I am not kidding. Please welcome, first up, as Ingrid, Julianne Moore. Yeah, down here. Right there, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, that's right here. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. And as Martha, Tilda Swinton. Right here, Tilda. Yep. And this is his 23rd film, and it just won at the Venice Film Festival, the Golden Lion, the best film there. I'm so happy for him, and this is an extraordinary movie that also happens to be his first English language feature film. Please welcome Pedro Almodóvar. Right there, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Carla right here is his translator. Hello, Carla. And congratulations on this film. Pedro, this has been a long time coming, your first English language feature film. Now, you've done a couple of shorts, one wonderful one with Tilda Swinton called The Human Voice, and Strange Way of Life as well. But what was it about this? This is based on a book, and this material. What was it about this that made you decide you're going to do it in English for the first time?
Yeah, well, the script is inspired by Sigrid Nunez's novel, What Are You Going Through? And then, well, I didn't think at the beginning to make an adaptation for the movie, but till the moment that I reached a chapter where the character of Tilda, Martha, yes, proposed something to her friend Ingrid. And that chapter really hooked me, and then I start writing about these two characters. And well, I don't know if I can say it, or because it will be a spoiler. The reason of that conversation, because what the proposal is just to go to a beautiful place, not too far from New York, just to end her life. So that's the reason that she made the choice of the place, a beautiful place, close to Woodstock. And that's why Julianne is like, how long we are going to stay there? I said, a month. A month. So she's the sequence demonstrate how different are their reactions against the matter of mortality. I mean, she's completely ready, and Julianne is not so happy, but she wants to help her friend.
It's amazing that you were able also, as you mentioned here, to get these two amazing Oscar-winning stars working together for the first time, right? Yeah. In fact, Tilda, were you not responsible for Julianne to come in this movie in a weird way?
I wasn't wholly responsible, but I'm proud, because Pedro Almodóvar had something to do with it. But I'm proud to say that that when he asked me who I might imagine as Ingrid, there was only one person I could think of. And we had an email exchange, and he asked me what name, and I'm either going to get it wrong, badly wrong, or I'm going to get it right. And I typed out Julie's name, and I sent it in, and his email came back. We crossed emails, and it was the same name. So we had exactly the same idea. And it was the right idea, may I say. Very, very proud.
Well, you are going to be the casting director on all his future films. I have to say, these two characters are fascinating to kind of play, because in terms of acting even, you have a lot of dialogue, monologues, all kinds of things. You're talking a lot. you're listening, and that is what that character's doing, caught up in this thing so unexpected for her that suddenly she's there to help her long ago friend, somebody she hasn't seen in years, prepare for death. Amazing kind of dynamic. Can you talk about what appealed to you about this particular role then?
I think, well, first of all, working with Pedro was a dream. I never imagined that it would happen, and so to be invited into this beautiful project with Pedro and Tilda was such an honor and something that I was so fortunate to receive. But I also was incredibly moved because it's a movie not just about mortality, but about female friendship. And what women can mean to one another and how profound it is to witness someone else's life in friendship. So to have the opportunity to do that, to be with another woman my own age, to be representing something that I think Tilda and I are both very familiar with, and to kind of to present that to the world, in a sense, it was such an unusual opportunity. So often women are presented as antagonists in movies, and that's not been my experience.
That's interesting. And for Tilda, for you playing this, how much do you have to put of yourself into this role of her, going through this experience? We saw that a little bit in that clip where she says, I'm ready. A lot of people will go, wow, you know, but it's such a fascinating kind of journey we take with her on this.
Well, one of the things that was such a blessing for me personally when Pedro sent me the script was to understand the sort of temperature that he wanted. He wanted something very quiet and very real. And Pedro is, as we know, 23 films now and 2 shorts. He is a master of cinema making, and in particular there was a whole, there's an Almodovarian baroque that he invented. The colors, of course, are always there, but we knew from the beginning, and my first conversations with him about this were that we were going to have the colors, but the actual landscape of this conversation and these few days that the film covers were going to be quite quiet and really sort of connected. And so in terms of performance, what he was asking us for was something very connected and authentic. And personally, that was a blessing for me. I've been, and I'm very happy to say, very privileged to say, in what I would call the Ingrid position, several times in my life, supporting people who are reaching the end of their life. But, and I know the value of that real good listening, that real good witness. And I've learned how to have a kind of attitude about my own end from those Marthas that I've been able to witness. And so to actually play that out in this film was a huge privilege, and again, it was a very harmonious and it was a happy experience. We felt very happy making the film, and for me, the film is a triumph. I mean, the film is a triumph, but the film is about a triumph for Martha, because she gets to do what she really wants to do, and a triumph for Ingrid, because she gets to overcome her fears and grow into this experience.
And to watch Ingrid's character as we imagine, I don't want to give away the whole movie here at the end, but it is an optimistic ending when you consider this. Isn't that right, Pedro? I mean, we don't walk out like wanting to slit our wrists, not at all.
No, absolutely. I think the movie has a happy ending, because even that she's gone, the Martha character, but at the end, I mean, Ingrid is, in a way, she inherited Martha's daughter, Michelle. They are in the lawn chair, listening to the birds at dawn. So that's something that they used to do with Martha alive. So it was a very positive, that it was a kind of reincarnation of Martha in that situation. I mean, not only she reincarnated in Ingrid, but also in her sister, I mean her daughter, Michelle, are also Ingrid can explain to Michelle everything that Martha couldn't do it because they have a very bad relationship. But also at the end it's snowing, because the snow also is a reference very important in the movie, talking about the end of The Dead, the movie by John Huston, written based in the novel of James Joyce. But for me, it's like when it starts snowing, it's like Martha. It's the reincarnation of Martha. Martha is snowing over the body of Michelle and her friend. And yes, I remember very well when we were shooting, it was incredibly moving, just to watch these two ladies acting. In general, they were very moving. But at the end, after the paragraph of Julianne, I was very, very, very moved. And I hope they are very moving too.
Yeah, because it's opening, you'll have a chance to see this. It's been on the festivals, and things so far, and very well received. Obviously, congratulations on winning the Golden Lion. I mean, that's a big deal.
Thank you.
That is a big deal, and so well deserved. Pedro is known as a great director of women. You know, he's kind of like a new age George Cukor or something. But he knows how to do it. What's it like being directed by Pedro Almodóvar?
It's wonderful, and he really honors the female experience. You know, I think it's something that he even said that he talks about sitting under the kitchen table when his mother was talking to her friends and absorbing those stories and how powerful they were, and understanding that point of view. And I think he's always. He is in that feminine point of view. Like I said, he honors that world. You feel very, very seen as an actor when you work with Pedro.
Yeah. It's interesting because Hollywood used to make movies for two strong female roles all the time. Old Acquaintance I kept thinking of, oddly enough, when I'm watching this movie, just because of the title. You are like old acquaintances getting to know each other at a very key time again here. But to have two such strong roles, Tilda, this is not common.
Well, what happened, Hollywood? Come on. We know. Not only people of the female persuasion know that, you know, we exist and our stories are pretty interesting, and we're all here to make them. And there have been women making films in Hollywood since Lois Weber in, you know, the early part of the 20th century. You know, there's no shortage of women to make these films, and there's certainly no shortage of women to play them. Yeah, it seems complete no-brainer to me.
Yeah. No-brainer indeed. And I have to say, just to get, like, this is award season and everything, and so we immediately think, okay, you've got two major roles. They're both co-stars in this. Which one are they going to try to push into supporting, you know, and claim it's that? You two made the decision. You are both the leading stars equal, and that's what you're going to do. And I congratulate you for that, too, because these are equal roles in every way. And Pedro, another masterpiece. What can I say?
Oh, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. No, really, I was very lucky to work with them. You know, I mean, I'm a very, how can I say, dull or heavy director. I say to the actors many things. And you know what I learned by these two is that perhaps I don't need to say so much information to the actors. And actually, Julianne said, there was one very important off in the letter at the end. And for me, it was very important. I was almost crying when I talked to her. And they said, well, Julianne, this is what I want for this letter. I said, Pedro, please, let me do it. And after that, you give me all the indications. And she was right. When she just read it, I couldn't believe it. I didn't intervene, but it was more than perfect. So then I learned by then that perhaps I don't need to tell them so many things to the actors.
That is great. Well, congratulations again. Thank you so much for coming out and sharing the room next door from Sony Classics. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.